Nancy is a conductor's daughter who would occasionally polish the engines at the sheds in the morning before her dad started work. She was polishing Skarloey, who was resting happily. Oh, wake up, lazy bones. Your brass is filthy. Aren't you ashamed? No, you're just an old fusspot. You know, anyone would think that you'd want to look nice for when Rheneas comes home today. Rheneas? Coming home? When? Soon enough. Oh, Nancy, please polish me more. Now who's the old fusspot? I just can't believe Rheneas is coming home after all this time. May I ask why it is so important to you? He went away to the works to be mended. It's been quite a long time since I've seen him. Oh, we'll have so much to talk about. Well, you best prepare for his arrival. I've got to go now. Skarloey couldn't wait for Rheneas to return, and soon enough, Rusty brought Rheneas into the sheds next to his old friend. Rheneas, it's so good to see you again. As to you, my old friend. I see you've met Rusty the Diesel. Indeed, he's such a kind diesel. It's lucky you can see that. It's a shame Duncan can't. Who is Duncan? He was brought on as a spare engine soon after you left for the works. I certainly hope he's useful. Well, he keeps busy, and I'm sure he means well, but he sways and swivels all over the line. His drivers like to call it rock and roll. Oh dear, I understand. Just then, Mr. Percival came up to them. Welp, Duncan's gone and done it again. He's stuck himself in a tunnel. Come on, you two, we'll have to get him out. And just in time, too. This'll give you a chance to meet Duncan. Formally. The two old friends gathered up supplies and headed up the line to fetch Duncan. Rusty told me he's a maintenance engine. He's done a fine job with the line. He really has. When I came back, I couldn't tell where I was. I said if it wasn't for all the familiar faces, I'd think I'd came to the wrong railway. Soon enough, the two engines found Duncan. He had stuck himself at the far end of the tunnel, and he was cross. I'm a plain blunt engine. I speak as I find. Tunnels should be tunnels and not rabbit holes. This railway is no good at all. Nonsense. This tunnel is perfectly adequate. You only stuck in it because you tried to do rock and roll. It took a long while, but eventually Duncan was set free again. Skarloey and Rheneas were now able to push him through. They left the supplies, and Rheneas and Skarloey pushed Duncan home again. I've had quite enough of your shenanigans, Duncan. You best shape up, or I shall find ways to cut you down to size. In other words, let's just say your career is on the line. Need I say more? Oh, no, sir. No more rock and roll. I understand. That's good to hear. So, Rheneas, how was your first encounter with Duncan? It was quite the rocky start, so to speak. And the two friends laughed and laughed.